March is Women's History Month, and 7 News has been highlighting local women who are making a difference here in our community. Tonight, we're sharing the voice of Buffalo School Superintendent Dr. Tonja Williams-Knight, who tells us about her journey into education.
So my journey was non-traditional, if you will. You know, the interesting thing is that I started in college as a French major. I took one course in sociology and I fell in love with studying people. I actually started out in higher education, and what I found out, was that many of the high school students were underprepared at that time. And so what I decided was important for me to do was to go back to school and to pursue a degree in K-12 education as a school counselor so that I could be a part of the solution and help students on the front end to be prepared to pursue whatever it was they wanted to pursue in college. Each one of the positions that I've held, from principal, assistant superintendent, associate superintendent, interim superintendent, and superintendent, for me, it's always been a labor of love. Even though the field of education is dominated by women, each level that I rose to, there were fewer and fewer women. And women of color, there were fewer and fewer. My advice would be that they have footsteps of their own to make. That's what I've tried to instill in all of my children, but certainly they can look at, Tonja Williams-Knight as someone that, grew up on the east side of Buffalo, experienced probably much of what our children experience, parents who separate, went to Riverside High School, lived in a zip code that, may not at that time have been one that was a desirable zip code. And even throughout all of that, they can still do some great and wonderful things.